Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self love, self care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today, we're going to talk about a vacation for self care. I'm your girl, Lady Bounce.
And I am Picket Fence. Today's mindfulness minute is called Taking a Retreat. When I feel overstressed and need a break, I intentionally ask for rest and renewal. Relief quickly comes to me, and I am able to get away for a few days. You may feel that your spiritual things calling you, and yet you also have a lot of pressing material work that occupies your attention. Go before your chosen deity or other sacred figure, such as Buddha or your spiritual teacher, or so forth, and sit there for a period of silent meditation. Then ask before the image to be given a period of retreat lasting a few days. Keep up this pattern for 3, 9, 27 days. You will know inwardly when your request has been heard and when it has been granted. The opportunity will soon arise for you to take that retreat, but it may also require you to do some planning on and do work on your part. Word up.
Word up. So, how you
So let's talk.
feeling?
I'm feeling good, relaxed. Like the mindfulness minute said, we did get us a little retreat last week, and it was absolutely wonderful.
It was indeed.
We didn't go anywhere real far off. We just picked a few close locations that we wanted to pop up on, and we got away for a few days. And yeah, it was relaxing. It was like that mindfulness man said. It was a renewal. Just time to get away and from the everyday hustle and bustle that we do. Between working and then the side gigs and things like that. It was good to just take a few days of just rest and relaxation. So, tell the people about what we did while we were gone and where we went to, the different stuff.
Okay, so first I think that my favorite part of like the whole getaway was definitely doing a pop up on our daughter. For those of you who don't know, our daughter is attending Ohio State University, and so we just hopped in the car and went to go see her. I called her, to see what she was doing. And I asked her if she was up and she's dressed. Now, mind you, it's like 1:45 in the afternoon, and she's like, "No, I'm not up and dressed. It's a Sunday. I'm sleeping in. Why do I need to be up?" I'm like, "Because you need to get up and take a shower and get your life right." So, so she's like, "I'm not dressed, but I can be dressed, for the right reason." And so then, you said to her, "Well, we was thinking about going to get something to eat." And she was like, "Well, I'm hungry. I want something to eat." So we told her to get dressed. She got dressed and we went and took her and her roommate. First we went to the Columbus Museum of Arts, and there was a really, really great exhibit there that was like a graphic novel, but it was set in the future. So it was very Afrofuturism about, turning the world on its head in the future. So that exhibit was real, real dope. And it was huge. Like the pictures took up the whole entire wall. And I had never seen, graphic novels, printed so big. I mean, I've seen graphic novels obviously in my hand and even posters, but these were bigger than posters.
Oh
So,
yeah, they were
learned
full
a lot.
scale the wall.
Yeah, it was a full scale of wall, but I learned a lot about that. And there were some really great guides at the museum that, they saw I was looking at one exhibit for a while, and like we were trying to figure out what we were looking at. And the guide just came over and he started telling us like all of this stuff about the picture and the origins and the artists. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. So then we moved over to another part of the exhibit, and the same guide came back and was like, "Would you have any questions about this piece that I can answer?" And it was a really great experience. Like, he was really nice. He was, very knowledgeable. He didn't seem like he was annoyed. Sometimes you go places and people's job is to do certain things and they seem annoyed, or like they seem like they don't really like their job. He seemed genuinely enthused about the art and genuinely, enthused about sharing the information about the art. So it was
Hmm.
definitely eye opening for me and the girls, and because you had walked off and saw another piece of an exhibit, but it was a really nice experience. So of course, after we left the museum, we had to go get something to eat because we were all starving by then. And we just kind of hung out, with the girls, took them back, to their room. And then you and I did some exploring and sightseeing, just on our own. We kind of drove around, found a new little pizza joint. I always got to find a pizza joint when you go to a new spot. You know,
Always.
like the yeah, it's like I don't know. It's one of them things when we leave and go out of town. We always find food, of course, but it's like we always find the best local pizza. So that's always dope. And so like the first night, after all that, we just kind of like kicked it and we talked and watched some mindless TV and just kind of really vegged out for a while. So, day one was it for me. So, we ended up doing some stuff on day two. So I'll let you talk about that. But day
Yeah,
one was so nice for me. We could have not done nothing for day two and I'd have been good.
yeah. So day two, we went to another museum, the Other World Museum up in Columbus, Ohio. And I was kind of like being inside of Adventure Time or the regular show or something like that, or somewhere far off in the future and a different going through a Stargate or something like that. It was just real bizarre. It had the different lights and the different types of textures on the wall and different things that you can make sounds with. And it was real dark and just chill in there. It was just like being
It
in
was
some
set
like
in like a sciency
yeah.
kind of futuristic. I don't even know how to describe it besides that.
Yeah, so like it's like, and when you first walk in there, it's like videos to watch for people that haven't been there, and it kind of tells you that they're basically experimenting with some kind of type of wormhole to another dimension. So that's what you're seeing once you walk around the place. It's real dope because before going up there, I thought it was like its own building, like any other type of museum, but it's actually like in a old shopping center like that looked like it had Target and Best Buy in it at one time. So it was real dope. It was real dope. So we did that. Um, we once again got to hang out with our daughter a little bit. She was in class, of course, because it was a Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? No, it was a Monday. So
Monday.
she had class and she had to work. So we just hung up with her later when she got finished with all class and everything like that. And we just went back to our hotel room and just again watched TV, hung out for a while, got some of that good pizza again. Got some of
No,
that
we
good
had
pizza.
Burger King first. In the
Oh yeah,
afternoon, we had
we
Burger
had
King.
we had Burger King, and it was like crazy, like tornado
A
warnings going
storm.
on and floods everywhere and sirens going off. So I had to do some Dukes of Hazard driving through floods of water. We went to get our daughter some supplies for like cups and drinks and stuff like that for our dorm room, and the whole parking lot of Dollar General was flooded. It was just the big pool. Just it was floods everywhere, just all in the streets, and like I said, sirens were going off, and it was kind of hectic for a quick second. But once we got back to the room, we ate our Burger King, and just hung out for a while, and just got to really just chill out with her and watch some movies. She had never seen Enemy of the State, so we watched that. That was on
like,
TV. Um,
like, how could she have never seen that movie?
I
But
mean, that movie came out before she was born, so that's probably why she had never seen it before. But it's a
whatever.
classic. It's a classic. If you watch that now, you'll see like, oh, we're in that time now, where like
Yeah,
everything
we
is
are.
being watched, everything's being seen and recorded. We are definitely in that time, and I think that movie came out 98 or 99, something like that. Weren't we still
I
working at
think
the
it
movies
was.
when that movie came out? So yeah, like 98 maybe. So yeah, seeing
Yeah.
that for the first time in a long time, you're like, oh, we're in that time right now where you could just tap in and somebody could tap in and see whatever you're doing or watch whatever you're doing. So that was dope,
Right. Like
just hanging out.
how our phones are spying on us now, and TikTok is spying on us, and
Yeah,
we got
so
balloons spying on us.
yeah, everybody's got the eye out, got you on the scope. Watch out. So yeah, so that was the day two, and then day three we checked out of our hotel and we came back to Dayton for a quick minute, and then we went to Richmond. So I'll let you tell the people about Richmond.
Oh, that was I slept most of the way on that trip because I was tired. You know, it's hard work taking a vacation. So, but once we got there, we went to this restaurant called the Cordial Cork. Oh my word. First of all, when you go in there, it's set up like an illegal like speakeasy or something. So when you go in there, you kind of get this the ambiance of the place was given what it was supposed to be given because it felt like we shouldn't be in there. Like it felt like it was illegal and we were in this, saloon or something or other. But the food was really great. They have I had something for the first time I've never experienced before, and it was a margarita flight. So they had 7 different kinds of margarita that you can pick from, and you can put 4 of them on your flight. And the flight isn't like the cups are only about this big, so it wasn't a whole lot, but they were so tasty. And then I had salmon and asparagus, and it was really good. It had like a creamy, cheesy parmesan thing on top with some capers. So it gave it a little bit of salt, with because capers are kind of salty. So it gave it a little bit of salt, and then the creaminess of the cheese, and then the salmon. It was so good. And then I had asparagus and herbs on the side. I didn't even finish all my food. I ended up bringing the rest of it home, but it was very, very good. So of course we had to come home and write a review, of the restaurant, and we were actually invited there because the owner of the restaurant comes to your place of business and he
Mhm.
shops, and he invited us to come and check it out, and it was quite nice, and we wrote a really nice review about it. So if you follow us on Facebook, go check out that review that we wrote because they were very thankful to get the review. I enjoyed everything that I had, and there's pictures posted. So if you want to see exactly what we ate, the
Oh yeah,
pictures
there'll be
will be
pictures
up
posted on our page. I didn't post any of those pictures yet. I was gonna wait until we did this show. So yeah,
Why
you'll
didn't you
see
post the
pictures.
pictures of the food?
I think I may have, but our whole trip, like, I'm gonna post those
Oh yeah,
pictures after this show airs, and just check our page and you'll see the pictures. Cause I know it's a lot of stuff that we forgot. Like, oh, I got to go to the vegan butcher while I was in Columbus, which was super
yeah.
dope. I don't.
Let's
It
talk
was,
about that.
man. It was just something different because we don't have vegan spots in our city. We used to. Shout out to Molly B and our mom Dukes. But since that, we don't have like a vegan restaurant. And this was not only a restaurant, you could also buy like vegan sandwich meat and vegan potato salad, vegan chicken salad, and this a whole bunch of this different type of vegan stuff. So I stocked up on a couple of different things. I also ordered some food to eat there. It was corned beef and sauerkraut and rye. Oh, it's one of my favorite sandwiches. So it was super dope. It's so dope that I think I'm gonna be. I bought some corned beef and some roast beef from the vegan butcher, and I'm gonna be making my own sandwiches. So that was dope. But
Okay.
like I said, we'll put all those pictures from like I said, the Columbus Museum of Art, which a thing. If anybody's in Columbus area, you're going to Columbus, it's free on Sunday. We took advantage of that and got to see all these super dope art exhibits for free. That was really dope. And
Yeah,
that's
I
another
forgot
thing,
about
like,
that part.
yeah, going back to the mindfulness minute about planning a trip or just doing something, we knew ahead of time that we were going to try to get away for a few days. We didn't know exactly where, when, or how. We just knew that it was time for a break. And we kept saying, "Nah, we're
Yes.
not gonna be able to do it. Oh, it's this coming up. Oh, we got, we ain't gonna be able to go. We got this going on. We got that going on." And I said, "No, we going. We going. I've already been granted permission that we're going on this trip, so we going." Honest, like I said, I don't know where yet, but we going. And then, of course, like it came, like, well, hey, since we're gonna hit the road, let's pop up on our baby girl. And that, like you said, that was probably one of the best parts of it, is calling her, still sleep at 1 o'clock, and saying, "Yo, we
Right.
we out and about running errands, and I'm kind of hungry. I could go for some roosters. And she was like, "Oh, roosters," because that's her favorite spot to eat. And it's one
Hmm.
close to campus, but not real close. Not like walking distance for them from campus. So she hasn't really gotten Rooster since the last time we were up there and took her to Roosters. So that was
Right.
dope. We got her good with that, telling her come on get dressed
That
on
was
because
hilarious.
we were almost there anyway when we called her. So that was pretty fun, and they had fun at the museum. Have fun getting to go out to eat. But I'm mad at Roosters up in Columbus because they don't have the veggie burger no more. Y'all whack for that. Y'all whack for that. Uh, but other than that, it's,
Though.
huh?
How you just gonna tell them they whack though?
For real, you gotta have vegan food options for people, man. Everybody ain't eating the same things, and you want, even within a family structure, you have people that eat differently. We're a prime example of that.
That's
So
true.
you got to cater to everybody. At least have something. Which I mean, they had a veggie sub, which I went with that, but I used to enjoy their veggie burger. I don't know if ours in Roosters here is like that, but definitely they didn't have it on the menu in Columbus. So yeah, I was whack for that. But I got my vegan butcher, while I was up there, so that was
That
dope.
made up for it, right?
Yeah, yeah, dope. And another thing, vegan places stop being closed on Monday. That's the start of the week. We need a good meal to start our week off good. So like, I had to wait till like what was that Tuesday? Like I said, the place that I went to, the vegan butcher, they were open on Tuesday, but a lot of the places were closed on Monday and Tuesday. So I mean, I had to go to
Yeah, that
Columbus
was
one
kind of
time on.
weird.
Yeah, it was real weird. I'm gonna have to go to Columbus on a Wednesday, I guess, to get my vegan fix on because it would look like there was a lot of different vegan options or actual vegan restaurants in Columbus area. So I'm gonna have to pop up there during the week next time we do a staycation. But yeah, back to the cordial cork. Like you were saying, the ambiance of the place, it looked like it was a old paper factory or something. Before I don't know what it was, some type of factory or
Like an old saloon or something. Like
no, it looked
it
like
really
it
felt
was.
like we went for like, just
It looked like it was maybe a paper factory or something. Like they pressed newspapers or something there because it had the ladders that were sliding ladders and stuff like that. I don't like I said, I don't
yeah.
know what it was. It was some kind of
Or
factory or
like an
something
old
before.
general store. How about that?
Yeah, yeah. It kind of looks like it might have been an old general store or something like that. But it's all wood, everything, and they had all types of wine. Shout out to Adam, who is the owner of the place, him and his wife, and I think they have a winery too. But that was really dope. Like you had a flight of margaritas, I had a flight of beer, and I just chose one of the beers and had an additional drink while I was there. And it looked like that was probably other than that, it didn't look like there was a lot to really do in Richmond. And I hear that from a lot of our customers that it's a real small town and not a lot of stuff to do there. But that was definitely something to do there. It was really dope. Like I said, it looked nice in there. It was pretty high scale food. Yeah, it was dope. Really dope.
Yeah, I enjoyed my food. It was quite scrumptious that day, and it was even better the next day. Usually, salmon is kind of one of them things that you don't reheat. People say you don't reheat fish or whatever, but it was real good the next day, and
Oh,
especially because I waited a little bit longer to eat until I was really hungry. So waiting a little bit longer to eat made me really crave it, and
hmm
I don't know, it seemed like it made it taste different or like taste more like I was able to savor it more because I was actually really hungry. So sometimes we eat and we don't eat mindfully, and we just like, oh, I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna go eat this, and then we don't pay
right.
attention to the textures and the flavors of the food because we're so busy just trying to like wolf it down. But
hmm
since I still had 3 more days left of my vacation before I had to go back to work, I was able to really just chill out by myself, really enjoy my food, watch some mindless stuff on TV, or better yet, let TV watch me. And I just really I had me a whole day of just self-care by myself, while you were at work. And then the next day I did the same thing. And of course I have paperwork to do because paperwork never stops. But that first day after we got back, I'm like, I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing
Hmm.
any work whatsoever. I know I have stuff to do. I know stuff is pressing, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm still on break. I am still on vacation. And in order for me to really fully recharge myself and really feel like I took a break during the week that I was out of school, I just told myself, I'm like, I'm not going to do anything today. I'm going to have one day where I don't do anything that isn't, fun or relaxing. I wasn't going to do anything that was work related, because sometimes when I am on breaks, I do spend that time working on paperwork. So then I feel like I'm never off. So when I go back to work and everybody's like, oh, did you get some rest? And I'm like, no, because I was working on IEPs and ETRs and lesson plans and this and that and the other. So I just vowed, myself that I was not. I just said no. And it's okay to say no. And I can't say that that was easy, so just for transparency, because we're in this journey to help other people, it was really hard for me to tell myself to sit down, sit still, and don't do any work, to only do what I wanted to do, to only do what was going to make me happy or serve the happiness parts of my mental health and self-care routine. So, if you're like me and you need to give yourself permission to sit down, it's okay to just sit down. And I
Yeah, for
I
real.
thoroughly sat down. I had some water, which is important. I think I drank at least 3 bottles of water that day. I did have a Sprite or two, but I made sure to balance the Sprite with the water, have my leftover food. Then I had some other leftovers in the refrigerator, and so I ate those too. I'm like, I just ate. I spent the whole day, just kind of eating and chilling out, just me by myself, and it
Yeah,
was great.
yeah, I bet. Sometimes you need that break. Now, going back to the cordial corp, also big ups to them because they do
Mhm.
have vegan options. And I had an Impossible Burger
Yes.
while we was there, and some homemade mashed potatoes. I know that usually doesn't go with a burger, but when I saw they were like homemade mashed potatoes, I had to like really check it out. And they basically were just mashed potatoes with seasoning. It wasn't like they poured milk in it like a lot of people when they make mashed potatoes is running. It was smashed potatoes. It wasn't mashed. It was
Yeah, like
smashed
they
red
actually made
potatoes.
potatoes.
Yeah, it was dope. And that so that also on your meal, the crepes. That was the first time I seen crepes on anything. Now we sell them at work, but n- never seen them used on anything. So that was dope. And that didn't even end our staycation because you had to go to work for a couple of hours during one of your supposedly off days. And I wasn't ready to stop the fun because I still was off for a day. So we went to
Yes.
pay patronage to our right Dunbar district at the WS Social Tap. Shout out to Delish, Lumpia, Illy's. We got us some grub
Listen.
there. I posted up
What
there.
did we get to eat there, by the way?
Um, I got me a mushroom basket from Delish. I got some spring
Hmm.
rolls from Lupia Queen, um, and a veggie pizza from Illy's. And you got what
Hmm.
from Lumpia?
I had chicken pancit, and then I ordered 3 jumbo wings on the side.
Mhm.
Man, first of all, I don't know where y'all get y'all chicken from, but keep getting your chicken from there, because when I say that they have full size wings, and it wasn't where they broke the wing in half and they gonna take it and they got 2 pieces and they gonna call this 2 separate wings. No, that's only one wing. Stop playing. And restaurants do that now. I know it saves money and it's cost effective and all that, but really restaurants need to quit playing people like that, because breaking the 2 pieces off in half, the flat and the drum, no, it's supposed to be connected. That's all one wing. But
That's
anyway, it's a
all
whole
one
nother
wing.
it's all one wing. It's all one piece of chicken. But Lumpia Queen has the biggest jumbo wings ever, and they are worth every penny. They taste good. I mean, when I say like the meat just falls off the bone. And then I got the chicken pancit, and so when I was eating the wing, some of the wing meat fell off the bone and fell into the chicken pancit and just mixed it all up in there together. When I say that was some good eating, and of course I had to have some of the Illy's pizza. I ate a couple of the mushrooms, not too many because I was trying to save save room for my food. I was, snacking on your food, and I just figured like, if you order it, that meant you ordered it for both of us, and hey, what's mine is yours and yours is mine. But hey, and it was scrumptious just the same. And maybe it tasted better because it came off your plate. I don't know.
Really?
Hey, I don't know. Sometimes food tastes better when it's on somebody else's plate.
I guess.
You ain't never had that happen?
No, not really.
You ain't never sold the French fry to somebody and it tasted better than your own fry?
Maybe like when I was a baby and you just grab off your mom's plate like our kids did us, and you just reach and eat it.
Oh no.
But that still did not end our week long of fun. It still didn't end the whole week of fun. So Friday, we ventured off to see another dope art exhibit here in our own city. Tell them about that, and tell them about the role you're going to be playing along with this art exhibit.
Okay, so Erin Smith Glenn, shout out to her. If you don't know her, get to know her. Follow her on Facebook, Instagram. But she is a super, super dope artist, and she has created a whole collection centered around hair, different hair types, hair textures, hair lengths. So the name of the event is called Heritage, and so we went to part 1 last Friday, and then part 2 is going to be held on Saturday. So by the time this airs, it will already have happened. But for part 2, it's going to be an artist panel, and they're going to be talking about hair and art and how it all ties in together and everything. And then on March 31st, it's the final event for the collection, and it also is going to double as Erin's birthday party. So I'll be DJing and providing the music. So I have some affirmation songs, some positive songs about hair. Of course, I got them bangers I'm gonna throw in there, and that starts at 5 o'clock. So it goes from 5 to 9, and it's located on 45 High Street, which is right downtown, right by Stivers. So if you know where Stivers is, it's there. And the name of the building, I know I'm gonna get this wrong, but it's like the Dayton Arts Collective building. Hold on, let me pull it up so I can look. It's the Dayton Society of Artists, and the address is 48 High Street in downtown Dayton. So it's right over there off of 5th Street by Stivers. Pull up, come through. It's free to get in. I think you might have to go online at RSVP just because the space is limited. But go check that out. Come check me out. But more importantly, check out the art. The art exhibit is just simply phenomenal.
Super dope. And then after we left the Heritage Art exhibit, we went over to our favorite watering hole, the Barrel House, and checked out Lil Bro Cooley, the curator, with Funky Friday. So packed, and that still wasn't it. We chilled at Funky Friday, and then Saturday we had a little bowling adventure with your family, which was pretty dope too. I whipped up on some people in bowling as I usually do. You would think I know what I was doing. I don't intentionally do it. But I be focused out there. I don't bowl a 300 game or anything like that, but I'm not gonna be out there just sucking.
I'm not even looking at you right now, because what you're not gonna do is try to make us feel like we are inferior bowlers because you're a master.
I ain't a great bowler either, but I ain't out there to be sucking.
Really?
So yeah, that was our week of staycation. So when you think about staycation or you think about vacation, it doesn't have to be something elaborate. The point is to have some fun and get some rest, because we all.
And you don't have to spend a lot of money either.
Don't have to spend a lot of money. Like I said, we found free stuff to do at our show, little to no cost. And we got our self-care. So that's your self-care assignment for this week, is to plan a staycation and try to spend as little as possible. Budget as little as, make a $500 budget and plan you a staycation. 2-3 day getaway. It could be the next neighboring town. That's the self-care
Mm.
side. Now, before we get out of here, we're running short on time. Let's get into my favorite part of the show. Doom, 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 doom. Brain science, science, science.
All right, so we've been talking about our vacation, staycation, or whatever. So now I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why vacations are good for your brain. So holidays play an important role in reducing stress and can lead to greater cognitive flexibility, according to most studies. So they took a group of people and they gave them some regular, normal household objects like a hammer, an iron, um, and a typewriter, and they asked them, what can you do with these things? So of course they came up with the usual, hammer and nail. Somebody said you could use it as a weapon in the study. So then they took those same people and they gave them a week off where they didn't have anything to do. They didn't have to think or do anything cognitive. And they brought those same people back and gave them those same objects. And they were able to create at least 100 different uses for those same regular items because their brain had that time to max out and veg out. So one thing we can all agree on is that work-life balance and trying to maintain a work-life balance causes stress. It causes perpetual stress. It causes chronic stress. Sometimes stress can be good for you when you are, working on a project or something like that. You may do a little bit better. You may be better at the task because you waited to the last minute or you procrastinated a little bit, or things of that nature. We really don't want to do that, but sometimes that little bit of stress can give you the push you need to push you over when completing a task. So, with that same reasoning in mind, vacations are those in which we expose ourselves to novelties, like visiting different places and rewarding yourself when you get there. So when you go on vacation, your diet gets to go out the window. I'm not saying, pig out and just eat everything that you see, coming or whatever, but you don't have to watch your calories and be so mindful of what you eat when you're on vacation. And that is part of the fun and part of that stress release for your brain and for your body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to take a vacation for a prolonged period of time to get the same effect. Just like we went a couple of days and then we came back and then we had a couple of days where we kind of did some things around here. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. The goal is to do something that is relaxing for your brain and your body and do something fun. And one of the big things that it says here that I'm a big proponent of is don't jam your vacation full of stuff. Because if you're spending all your time trying to see this or see that or go here or go there, then you're just as stressed as if you went to work or you were dealing with the managing of the schedules of your household. So definitely take the time to breathe, to relax, see some fun things, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, for real though.
For
Definitely.
real though.
Mm-hmm. So, that's our show for this week. Remember, you can find us wherever you find your favorite podcast. Please remember to like, share, comment, and just get you some self-care. I'm your boy Picket Fence.
I'm your girl, Lady Bounce.
We out of here. Peace.
Peace.